And so now we're going to take a moment for tonight's special recognition to this year's Breath of Life Award recipient. Here to introduce them, our longtime Guild members, CF parents, and the 2019 recipients. Please give a warm welcome to Bill and Alicia Schmidt, everybody.
Good evening. Welcome to our very special 40th Breath of Life Gala. We are Bill and Alicia Schmidt, and we've been a part of this organization since our son was born with cystic fibrosis 37 years ago. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We are always encouraged by and grateful for you here tonight, for being here and helping to raise the funds to find a cure for CF.
The Breath of Life Award is presented annually to an organization or individuals who have provided exceptional support in the fight against CF. It has become a tradition for the patrons of cystic fibrosis to present each Breath of Life Award recipient with a stunning hand-blown glass vessel. This vessel symbolizes the contrast between the breath of life that is used to blow a piece of glass and the lack of breath with which those who have CF must live every day. This beautiful piece was created by well-renowned local glass artist Sonia Bloomdahl.
If you already know this year's honorees, Dr. Pete Greenberg and Dr. Carrie Harwood, you know they are extremely modest and humble, as well as being friendly and easygoing. They are members of this guild, and they are our dear friends. But you might not know of their significant scientific accomplishments.
They both are distinguished microbiologists and are nationally and internationally renowned. Their list of awards and honors are so many that at some point in the evening, please turn your attention to the card that was placed inside your catalog, which highlights accolades of their distinguished and impressive careers. Pete and Carrie got involved with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation after their daughter, Barbara, was diagnosed with CF. It was at that time they redirected much of the focus of their scientific research to defeat Pseudomonas, which is the primary bacteria that causes life-threatening pulmonary infections in people with CF.
They have also been very influential in the trajectory and advancement of CF research by others. It was in no small part that Pete's influence and relentless persuasiveness that helped convince the pharmaceutical company that is now known as Vertex to work on drugs to mitigate the harmful and life-threatening effects of having CF. The result was that Vertex developed several CF drugs, including Trikafta, which has had a significant impact on the improvement of health of many, but not all, of those who have CF. Without Pete's influence, this drug might still be in our future, and instead of being here now. Pete and Carrie have consistently used their knowledge, connections, and influence to further the fundraising and advance the science to truly make a significant and positive difference in the lives of those who have CF and their families. For us personally, we remain forever grateful for how their work has benefited our son. It is now our sincere pleasure to present the 2023 Breath of Life Award to Drs. Pete Greenberg and Carrie Harwood.
Thank you so much to everyone. It's just so cozy to be here with all of you who have been such tremendous supporters of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. And Pete and I thank you very much for this honor. I first actually learned about cystic fibrosis about 42 years ago, before Pete and I were married, when I was a postdoctoral researcher at Yale University. And I was interested in the biology of the bacterium Pseudomonas. And because CF patients get lung infections with Pseudomonas, I ran across the CF Foundation. At that time, almost nothing was known about the basis for CF. But from going to the library, I learned that children with CF suffered and they didn't live very long. Then about 4 years later, Pete and I had a child, Barbara, and she had cystic fibrosis, and I was stunned. Barbara had 2 major surgeries in her first few months of life, and after she recovered, Pete and I set about taking care of her. She was hospitalized with a lung infection when she was 2, and then when she was 5, and many times after that. And when she was about 5, we gave her a Little Mermaid nightgown for Christmas, and she always wore that nightgown to the hospital. And she got bigger and bigger until the nightgown morphed into a t-shirt. In between times, we did our best with physical therapy, and later lots of nebulizers, thanks to Bonnie, actually. Barbara and her younger brother, Ted, who's here tonight, were very devoted to each other, and our family spent countless evenings together on the couch, watching TV during Barbara's PT sessions, and I'm pretty sure we watched The Little Mermaid at least 100 times. Barbara grew up to be an incredibly caring and empathetic person, and she was tough too. But eventually her body gave out, and she died in June of 2020.
So through all the years of Barbara's life, we had constant support of other cystic fibrosis families, concerned friends, and everyone in the CF clinics. All new parents of children with CF, and we know there are some of you here tonight, should know that you have a safe and nurturing place in the Seattle CF community. You learn, thanks to medical advances, CF is a different disease than it was when Barbara was born in 1986. We can be grateful for that. People in this room, through their research and through prodigious fundraising, have contributed to making the lives of people living with CF much better. No one has contributed more to the advances we've seen than CF patients, something to remember. The development of the drug Trikafta to treat up to 90% of those with CF is nothing short of a miracle, but we're not finished yet. Now, I'm going to go off script for a minute, Carrie. making her pretty nervous. I just want to thank, we have some very close friends, relatives, and caretakers here with us this evening, people I wanted to be at our table, which morphed into tables. And I just can't thank you enough for all the support.
Despite the good news, there's much more to be done. And as Bill mentioned, not all CF patients have access to new therapies. Having adequate insurance is a constant anxiety. And new therapies don't help every individual with CF. Children with CF don't tend to get depressed. But some adults with CF do. And we don't know what the long-term effects of some of today's treatments may be, so we need to do more, and we can do more.
Okay, I'll stay on script. 40 years ago, when the Gala was first convened, there was almost no hope for children with CF. Today, children grow up to adults, and there's tons of hope. Let's convert those hopes into reality with a cure found.